What's up, everybody? This your boy Big Waves, man. Back with part two, number 2, Carolina Panthers Real Talk episode, man. Hey, before I get started, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Hit that down there. Y'all don't understand how much they help the boy out, right? Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all know y'all ain't getting no real uncut filtered content nowhere else, man. So make sure y'all come and like and subscribe it, man. Today, we got a big episode, man, talking about Baker Mayfield. The Mayfield era begins in Carolina. What does this mean for the team? What does this mean for Sam Darnold? Will Baker Mayfield be the guy where he take us to the promised land? We'll talk about all of that today, man. But again, make sure you subscribe, man. Share this video, like, turn on those notifications, man, if y'all want more of this content. So, let's get it popping. All right. Baker Mayfield, new Carolina Panthers starting quarterback. Third starting quarterback in a 4-year span. Let's think about that, right? He's our 4th starting quarterback in a 4-year span. 4th starting QB in a 4-year span. Well, number one, that means that we haven't had any consistency, meaning that the bullshit that was before him haven't worked, right? So it got to work this time, right? It has to work this time. Listen, this is what it's going to take for Baker Mayfield to stay successful. Baker Mayfield is going to come in here and play with a chip on his shoulder. I expect him to be very aggressive coming out the gate, especially against his former team, week 1. That's going to be a real test for him, right? But I got a feeling, man, I don't know why, that Cleveland might ruin his parade. And here's why. He doesn't have the protection that he needs. Ikiwano still got a lot of growth there. So will Baker succeed with Ikwando as his left tackle? We all seen the preseason game last week. We seen how many sacks that Ikwando got up. He still has a long way to go as a pass protector, right? And no matter how good of a quarterback you are, if you don't have an offensive line that can protect you, you're not going to be set up for success. So that's something to keep an eye on. You got to watch that. You got to see how the offensive line gels together as the season progresses to give Baker Mayfield a chance to throw the ball. Listen, we all know that he has an escape ability. He's not a running quarterback. He's a quarterback that can run, not a run-first QB. But at the same time, I want to be able to see him have time to make the throws, to get that chemistry down with the wide receiving core. Listen, we all know he has the talent around him for him to be successful. Christian McCaffrey, when healthy, is a top 5 running back in the NFL, arguably the best running back in the NFL. DJ Moore is one of the most consistent wide receivers in the NFL, always finds a way to get open. Yards after the carry is unbelievable. Robbie Anderson, the verdict is still out on him, man. I'm not really sure what kind of piece he will play in this Ben McAdoo offense. But you have Rashad Higgins, a former wide receiver that Baker Mayfield already has chemistry with. Shi Smith is emerging. And if Terrace Marshall can stay healthy, you have one of probably the more complete wide receiving cores in the NFL. So he has the tools for him to be successful. It's going to be up to him. Now, the schedule this year is brutal, right? I'm going to actually go down through one of that on another episode, talk about exactly how brutal that schedule is right before week 1 and give my final predictions for the season. That's coming in the next episode, Carolina Panthers Real Talk episode 3. But in this too, we're talking about Baker Mayfield. Can he control the offense? Will he come out there and will we see the Baker of the old? Will we see rookie Baker Mayfield? What Baker Mayfield do you guys think that we'll see? Make sure y'all drop the comments below with your thoughts and opinions on that. So Matt Rule comes out yesterday, names Baker Mayfield the head coach. Let's talk about a couple things that he said, what he was looking for when making the starting decision. And we all knew. I think when we went to go get Baker Mayfield, everybody knew who was going to be the starting quarterback. This is not a surprise to anybody. If you're really fucking surprised that Baker Mayfield is you're probably dumb. We're going to leave it there. You're probably dumb or maybe been under a rock for the last, I don't know, 3 months. But he comes out to say the 3 things that he was looking for was, number 1 was mastery of the offense. Mastery of the offense. Well, it does seem like Baker Mayfield has picked up the offense pretty good. Ben McAdoo's system, I haven't really seen him struggle in it from what I've seen from training camp and what I've heard. He's picked up the offense pretty quickly. Secondly, number 2, situational football. Well, how has he done in the red zone? The red zone was an area that we struggled with mightily last year. I know from a lot of the training camp footage that I've seen, seemed like he was able to get a good rapport with the wide receiver, especially Roby Anderson down there, Tommy Tremble, all the other guys. So that situational football, can he put the ball in the box? That's the thing. We all like to get in the box, right? Baker got to get in the box. He can't be scared of that thing. Get in the box, Baker. And third, football excellence and moving the ball and getting guys involved. I have no doubt in my mind that Baker Mayfield is able to do that. I personally think that he has a good eye for the field. He's able to read defenses pretty well. My hope is just that, again, he has the protection long enough for him to be able to sit back in the pocket and make some really good decisions with the football. Listen, we don't need Baker Mayfield to be great, right? That was our hope for Sam Darnold last year, is that you don't need to be great. Our defense is going to be solid enough for us to be competitive in pretty much every game that we play in. The offense just have to be effective. They just have to be consistent, efficient, move the ball down the field, score the points where you need to score points, capitalize off of turnovers, right? That's another thing. When we get an opportunity to score off of a turnover, if we get a big 4 and out, if we get an interception, fumble recovery, whatever it is, we have to score. Those are extra possessions. And that's what I'm expecting Baker Mayfield to come out here and do, is to be able to move the ball down the field, play efficiently, and don't turn it over. For God's sakes, do not turn the ball over. I think that if we can do that, guys, he will give us the best chance to win. Again, we have our starting quarterback for the 2022 season. Listen, am I sold on it? I'm not sold on it, but I'm willing to give it a chance, right? I've been told that I've been very, very negative about my opinions and outlooks on my team, as you can see. But you know what? That's fine. I'm going to keep it real about my boys. I've been watching this team for a long time. I've been following the Panthers ever since the Panthers have been in existence. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I live, I breathe, I beat. Keep pounding, baby. Keep pounding. What does this mean for Sam Darnold? Well, what do you think it means for Sam Darnold? But I have an interesting theory. Interesting theory. What if Baker Mayfield starts to play bad? What if he starts to slip a little bit? We saw it last year. Matt Rule went to a 2-quarterback system like this is fucking college. Does Sam Darnold see the field? How much of a leash does Baker Mayfield really have? Because I can see a situation where Baker Mayfield comes out, has a shitty 2 games, right? Well, I'm not going to name a starter. I can hear Matt Rule saying it now. I'm not going to name a starting quarterback. We're going to go into we're going to let these guys and decide that, oh, guess what? Sam Darnold will be the starting QB. Can y'all see that? Think about it. Think about who your head coach is. Think about last season. How much of a leash does Baker Mayfield really have as the starting QB of the Carolina Panthers? Will we see Sam Darnold on the field? We already know that if Baker goes down, God forbid that he gets hurt, Sam Darnold will be back in. But let's just say none of that happens, right? That's just one of my crazy wave theories, man. We'll save that for later on. But let's see. We will see. Now, if none of that happens and everything goes the way it's supposed to go, right? Sam Darnold will be gone. It's without a question, right? I wouldn't be even surprised if, God forbid, that a starting quarterback goes down mid-season and a team attempt to make a trade for him, right? Just to bring him in. Maybe it's a contender. You know, maybe one of the contender QBs go down and they need a good backup quarterback. They make a move for Sam Darnold. Well, at the end of the year, let's say Baker Mayfield plays really well. Sam Darnold is off the roster no matter what. I believe that this season will be the last year that we see Sam Darnold in a Carolina Panther uniform. He will be gone, right? And rightfully so. You know, Sam had his opportunity all last year. The NFL is about taking advantage and maximizing every opportunity that you receive. Sam Darnold did not maximize that opportunity. Listen, I think that he's a great backup quarterback. I don't think that he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. Sam, you had your opportunities to come here and show that you could lead this offense. People can argue, hey, he didn't have an offensive line. He didn't have this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, the NFL only cares about production. It's a production-based league. It's a business at the end of the day. Can't make excuses for it. You have to come out and play well. If not, you are expendable. And this is a situation where Sam Darnold is expendable. But again, keep an eye out for my theory, because I got a strong feeling with Matt Rule, Macho Man Randy Savage. Matt Rule is going to shit the bag this season. I have the strongest feeling that he is going to fuck this whole Baker Mayfield stuff up. I really believe it. I can see it now. It's going to be a 1A, 1B type thing going into the season. Like I literally see it, because guess what? Matt Rule is coaching for his job. His job is on the line. And when your job is on the line, you get desperate, right? We all know that Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback by Sam Darnold. Not by a mile, but by a half a mile, perhaps. He's an upgrade over Sam Darnold. He gives us the best chance to win. But at the end of the day, if Baker begins to play bad at any point this season, do we see Sam Darnold on the field? I'm leaning more so of, I think it's a very high possibility. I think it's a very high possibility. We saw the college shit that he was running between Cam and Sam Darnold. Some people may say Sam was hurt or whatever the case. He ran a 2-quarterback system. You don't bring a quarterback in, a Cam Newton in the middle of the season, to go back and forth between those two. That was that was probably one of the most embarrassing moments in Carolina Panthers history, seeing a 2-quarterback system towards the end of last year. Y'all know how I feel about this, man. Matt Rule has to go. Again, I never want my team to lose, but if we did, and it means Matt Rule is out the door, I'm for that, right? I'm for Matt Rule being gone. I'm not for the Panthers losing, but I'm for Matt Rule being gone. I just do not think that he's capable of taking this team to the promised land. We need a coach that can change the culture. That's what it's about. You have to build a winning culture for a team. What does that look like? Carolina has not seen it in 4 years, and if it's no success this year, it'll be a half a decade since we sniffed the playoffs. But those are my opinions on it. I'm excited. We're literally about a good 2.5 weeks away from the regular season. Preseason game this week, Friday, Buffalo Bills, 7 p.m. is going to be the last dress rehearsal before the regular season. What are you guys looking for in that actual game? Heard the starters will get some burn in this actual game. So interested to see what it looks like now that we know who our quarterback is. Things have finally started to come together. We're getting closer and closer to Panther football. Again, I appreciate everybody on here for the love and support. Thank you guys so much for all of the subscribers. Listen, my goal is to get to that 50. Can we get to the 50, please? I need all you guys' support, man. Tell your friend, listen, I'm just starting up. I'm a baby at this. I'm still trying to figure everything out. I'm going to make this content better and better. You're going to start seeing on a week in and week out basis. It's going to get better. You know why? Because I'm on that surfboard, baby. I'm riding that wave. Do you want to ride that wave with me? But no matter what, you got to remember, like and subscribe to the channel. Life is just a wave. Peace.